So 8 o'clock Saturday morning. It's going to be another hot one. Sun's just breaking the trees over there. Paint's doing okay. Could do with a bit of a clean already. So some more Scrabbler bits arrived. Some more paintbrushes arrived. Some more latex gloves arrived. So let's get on with some of this this weekend. I think I turned up late last night, got here about 10 o'clock. It was quite good. Quite enjoy the camping in the down by the river. So yes, let's go on with some of this today. I think so. About 20 past 9. It's starting to get really hot. We're going to have another one of those weekends, I think. So just looking at the general condition of this isn't all too bad. I'm expecting there to be some pitting on these bits, but it's this bit I really want to get up and get painted. So I was thinking of coming all the way down to the centre line and ripping all this back and getting a layer of paint on. So it's quite a big chunk, but I think we can get that done today. Got hours and hours and hours of sanding and scrabbling to do. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking today. At least get to past this mushroom vent, hopefully up to the centre line point. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Fun stuff. I mean, this really is the bit I need to focus on. I mean, all the bits that weren't bad have started to peel away, so this time next year there'll be no paint at all in this section. So, I mean, all up here started to peel. So yeah, let's get scrabbling, everybody. So it's about 12 o'clock Saturday. Got quite a bit of the roof done. Well, you say that, it looks like quite a bit from down here, but from on top of the roof it looks tiny. Already burnt out 4 Scrabbler discs and well on the way to burning this one out as well. So it's just chewing through these. It might have been cheaper in the end to sandblast it. Saying that, I can't sandblast it where it is. So just wanted to show you this paint over here. Where it's flaked and cracked. It is super thick. I mean, if you just look at the amount of paint I'm getting through to get to the surface, it's unreal. And that's all the way up. I'm assuming that's because there's a seam here and it probably dips together, and when they've sprayed the boat, this is where it's all pulled. So as they've gone and sprayed the entire boat, it's just pulled all the way down here. So doing little sections at a time will help stop that. So yeah, taken all of the paint off all the way back to here. Like I say, it's taken about an hour about an hour and a half to do that. But just going to break for lunch, keep topping up on the fluids because the sun's beating down. Metal's getting kind of hot, so I'm a little worried actually about it might be too hot to paint it, but I might leave it till later on in the day and let it cloud up overnight as it gets a little bit damp towards the morning, just so it's not too hot, so the paint takes well to the metal. And I might cover this up with a tarp when I finish this and leave it for a few hours. But yeah, onwards, let's get going. Just a shot from up here to have a look how much I've done. About an hour and a half. I mean, it's getting there. I mean, this bit's a bit of work because it's so thick, but that's where I've outlined to. Ideally I wanted to come up to the centre line ring today, but this is all not too bad. This whole section, there's a little bit of surface at the top here, so we'll get that open. But hopefully I won't have to take all of this paint off. I mean, obviously then we'll have the hard dents and everything after the paint's gone on. But there'll be less work, less scrabblers, I think. So, right, let's get on with it. It's 2:10. Just sat in the boat, sweating, having a break. It is so hot. I'm not going to be able to paint this metal for ages. It's going to be way too hot to take the paint. But I've got a massive chunk done. It feels like, you know, probably a fifth of the boat. So yeah, we'll get on with that in a few hours. It's way too hot. I might, you know, even take a siesta for a little bit. Like the Europeans, because it is way too hot out there. It's like 32 degrees. I've been wrapping my head up, trying to keep it out of the sun, but you're just sweating into the goggles, sweating into the face mask. Oh, it's great fun. The work is awesome. It feels absolutely amazing. I'm absolutely drained. My feet are killing me, but it feels fantastic doing it. So, I mean, it sucks while you do. It's like everything with the boat. It's horrific while you're doing it, but it's so satisfying to do and to see it done. It's awesome. So yeah, I can't wait to see it with some paint on it. And at this point, I don't even know if I'm going to spend the night tonight. Even though it's Saturday, I just feel so drained. It's so hot. It's, you know, there's no escape from the sun. The boat's sweltering. Can't imagine what Jason's is like now. It must be 60 degrees inside that with no insulation. This insulation is actually working a treat at keeping the heat out. So I've got all the hatches shut with the insulation on. I've got most of the doors shut with the air insulation on. But yeah, it's so incredibly hot. I just keep coming back in, and you notice the buzz. I'm just sat by the cooler full of cold water, just rehydrating. But yeah, it's great. You know, it's having a good time. It's not so busy here. It's kind of quiet, so it means I'm getting on with the work, not getting interrupted. Yeah, it's awesome. So it's about 2:45. So I've come up 2 mushroom vents. It feels like I've got a good chunk done, but it is insanely hot. The boat's insanely hot. I'm going to have to wait a little bit now, probably till 6 o'clock to start painting this. Even then it'll still probably be way too hot. But I'm going to I haven't cleaned it with the white spirits or anything yet. It's just been vacuumed off a couple of times. But it's for the most part all back to bare metal. Probably could do with a bit of wire brushing in some of these pits. So I might do some of that. But yeah, it seems like a fairly big chunk. Make a hell of a difference when it's white. So I'm going to go and run my head under the cold tap, I think, for a bit. But yeah, I mean, you know, on a cloudy day you could probably do the entire boat in a day. Had all the scrabbler bits. I've probably gone through 7 scrabbler bits. That's probably half of what I had just in this section here. I mean, you're probably wondering why I didn't go all the way back to bare metal in these sections. But where the rust is, the paint just kind of wants to come off. Even with a sander, it'll just lift off where there's any surface rust under the paint. And these bits where there's no rust, it's resisted to come up. And I figured, why waste it? It's done its job for 15 years. Let's leave it on as an extra protective barrier. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'll be bumpy between where the paint goes over. Like, for example, if we look down this end, you can see the hard bumps there where I've come out with the scrabbler. See them a lot better in certain light. I'm just shadow casting them. So about 5:30 now. Still warm, but definitely less intense. So we're going to do the white spirit and the Vactan and give it a quick sand, and then we'll start mixing up some paints and get some paint on it. Wicked, let's get on with that. So the other phone ran out. I've got no idea how long the time lapse lasted till. But here's a look at this section from the roof. It's incredible, the difference. Feels like I've got maybe a fifth of the boat done in that session. It's used half of the scrabbler pads I had though, so we're going to need to get some more of them. This bit, obviously the bit I did last week. But yeah, it looks fantastic. And obviously this is a seam and there's a little bit of a rundown to it just here. So that's obviously why when they've sprayed the boat, all the paint has pulled there and it's gone really thick and cracked and broken off. But I've been really happy with the way it's come up underneath. I mean, there's some denting from where I've gone through the paint and left some of the paint. Again, sanding and painting will take anywhere these imperfections. You know, and in theory you could get this to be a brand new, you know, £6,000 paint job. Nothing's stopping you doing that now. But yeah, fantastic. Now that the sun's low, you can really see the shadow in the dents, whereas when the sun's high you can't see them. It's only because of the shadow that you can see them, but they'll all come out with some sanding and extra layers of paint, 2 or 3 layers sanded between, you'll never notice that. Yeah, awesome, another fun Saturday. Just the other side of the canal we have idyllic North Kilworth Marina. This is where David from Cruising the Cup sold his narrowboat. Lovely place. So it's about 10:30 now, Saturday night. Just got back from a little barbecue with John and Nigel and Lynn. They were some of the first subscribers I had on the channel. It's very nice to catch up with them, see John. It was quite good. Had James on the phone from the narrowboat that James built. Just had a chat with him. I haven't caught up with him for a couple of months. So yeah, it was just nice just catching up. But time to build the bed now. Get ready to hunker down and see what we're going to do tomorrow in the blistering heat. I'm not going to do tomorrow what I did today. I did way too much today in that heat. But yeah, we'll see how the paint looks in the morning. Hopefully it's not too cloudy. But yeah, another fun Saturday night on the boat, another fun weekend on the boat. Yeah, let's get this set up and hunker down for the night. So it's about 10:30 Sunday morning. The light is streaming in already. Not a bad night's sleep. Yeah, the view down the boat Sunday morning. Dogs have just started. Well, no, the dogs have been going forever, but I've just started to notice the dogs. So yeah, let's get up and have a look at the paint outside. Wicked. So about 11 o'clock, as always the dogs are going crazy. Up on the roof, let's thought I'd have a look at the paint, see how it's gone off overnight. Looks alright. Feels alright. Yeah, nice and... yeah. Feels a little bit tacky in places, ever so slightly. That's probably the heat, it's already stupidly hot. Yeah, this is great. A couple of little bug marks. Yeah, good. So both of the time lapses both cut out before I finished, but I've got a big chunk of the boat roof painted this weekend. I've only done a little section today. It's absolutely drained me yesterday, but it's another bit of the boat that's not rusty now. So yeah, there's only a little bit left to do. Well, and then the entire starboard side. But yeah, it's come a long way this weekend, I tell you. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Got Nigel over from the new boater. Right, mate? Savour of just a quick shot of all the scrabbler heads I've gone through this weekend. Doing the roof. How many are there? 8 are there. There's one on the scrabbler that's just shot. Yeah, it's been quite a weekend. I think I threw one out somewhere else as well. And just a shot of the sun reflecting on the paint. Looks glorious. been another good weekend here at North Kilworth Wharf. I feel like I've got loads painted of the boat. Yeah, it's been another fairly quiet weekend. No Jason from another narrowboat fit out. I saw Ali and Lee a little bit from the Black Swan narrowboat build over in the corner. Yeah, always Nigel's here, the new boater. So we've been chatting and hanging out with him a little bit. But look at this, doesn't it look fantastic? No more rust. Don't have to worry about that. Should have clean runoffs for the rain. Yeah, now this bit, I was thinking about doing this bit instead of extending it down today, but after doing that bit, it's really not a problem with the scrabbler, and the rust is in really good shape underneath it. It's more bits like this that you worry about. That's where you find the deeper pitting. So yeah, we'll have to get on with this at some point this year, finish it off. It's not been too bad. I mean, like always with the boat, it's an absolute nightmare while you're doing it, but then all of a sudden it's done and it looks fantastic. So that's going to do it for me, I think, for another weekend at North Kilworth Wharf. Yeah, thanks a lot everybody, hope you're all having a good time out there. Yeah, catch you next one.